So number one is a pay increase. You see, if you're new to real estate, maybe you don't know this, but I'm going to share my screen. Let me show you something. What happens with real estate commissions, as you can see right now on the screen, is as the real estate market gets better, real estate commissions go down. As the real estate market, you can see, as coming out of the Great Recession in 2008, 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so on and so forth, that real estate market was very tough. And what did real estate commissions do? They bounced back up. They went up. They increased. Then as the market got better over the course of 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you saw real estate commissions come back down. Why is that? Well, because when the market is hot, a couple things are happening. Number one, the consumers, their confidence in what we do as real estate agents, it goes down because, let's face it, to sell a house in the last 2, 3, 4 years, it didn't take very much skill. I mean, if you had a pulse, you could stick a sign in the front yard and get multiple offers on a property, and it didn't take very much skill. So in a hot seller's market, the seller says, wait a minute, I'm not paying you 4, 5, 6% to sell my house. I can do this on my own, or I can have little cousin Johnny that just got his license over the weekend. I can have him do it and pay him next to nothing. He wants the experience. He'll gladly do it for a couple $100. That's one thing that happens in a hot seller's market. The other thing that happens in a hot seller's market is you have all these discount brokerages popping up left and right. You have iBuyer companies pop up left and right. You've seen those come into the marketplace, cause mass chaos, destruction in the real estate housing market. And now as the housing market is shifting in 2022, getting into 2023, what happened to all those iBuyers? Oh, that's right. They're getting out of the business. What happened to all the discount brokerages? Oh, that's right. They're closing their doors left and right. I've made tons of videos on CEOs of these flat fee brokerages resigning, going out of business, going bankrupt, laying off people left and right. So as the real estate market gets tougher and it becomes a lot more difficult to sell real estate, where you can't just have a pulse, stick a sign in the front yard and you get 10 different offers, when that's no longer the case, where it takes some real skill, some real expertise to position a property in the marketplace to get it sold, then people start to say, okay, wait a minute, maybe there is a lot of value to what a full service real estate expert will do for me. I'm not talking about the amateurs. We're going to talk about them in just a second. But the real expert, the one who can actually get the job done to get my property on the market, get it marketed professionally, get it sold at a good price, there's real value for that. So what happens when real estate markets start to correct, when they start to get more difficult, real estate commissions tend to increase. So that's the first reason why you have a lot of top real estate agents looking forward to the 2023 real estate housing market, so that the value, the perceived value of that of the consumer of our entire industry moves away from it being commoditized and bringing us closer back to where we were at in the past, which is an increased perception of value. Because no longer can people just, I'll just sell the house on my own, pull 15 offers. There's no value for a real estate agent or any of the other things I just mentioned. So that's number one, and I'll cross that off my list now. The next thing the next reason rather, why myself and other top real estate agents are very much so looking forward to 2023 and the housing market correction is there's going to be a lot less competition. I mean, let's just be honest. It just seems as though everybody is a real estate agent. Everybody's got their license. It's just like the thing you do in a hot real estate market. You've got all these shows coming on HGTV and Selling Sunset and $1 Million This and all these different shows, which is causing so many people to get their license in a really hot real estate market. But what happens when the market cools off? What happens when the market starts to really become a challenge? You have so many real estate people getting out of the industry. So much so, let me show you my screen right now. So when the market cools down, and I will share this with you guys first, if we say, okay, well, let's look at prices here and look at the forecast for next year. If home prices are going to go from 6 million to maybe 5 million, let's call it 6 million to 5 million. Well, what does that mean for real estate agent licensees? Well, let's look at, and I will share my screen one more time. Let's look at when the last time we had about 5 million home sales. Okay, so if we go back, you can go all the way back to about 2013 when we had about 5 million home sales, which is what a lot of people are predicting to happen in 2023, which I think is fair. I'm not going to argue that. I think we're going to come out of a market where we're having 6.5 million home sales. That probably will drop about 25%, bringing total annualized sales in 2023 probably closer to 5 million. Well, what happened with real estate licenses the last time we saw a market with 5 million home sales? Well, let me show you. I've got the Realtor membership historic report pulled up right now. And if we go back to 2013, the last time we had about 5 million home sales, look at the number of licensees. We had just over 1 million licensees. Well, where we sit right now is just under 1.6. Actually, let's go back to Realtor.com's website. Yeah, you have over 1.6 million realtors right now as of October 2022. So if we lose 25% of the marketplace and we end up doing only 5 million home sales in 2023, you're going to see a mass exodus of all the part-time people, all the amateurs. All these types of people are going to get out of the business, which then makes it better for you and I, the real professionals that do this as a living. Because I don't know about you, but it's been so frustrating over the past couple of years when you've got the general public devaluing or commoditizing what it is that we do. It seems like everyone you talk to says, well, you know, my this, that, or the other thing, my spouse, my brother, my sister, my sister-in-law, my nephew just got his or her license, and we're going to just give them the business just to give them the business. These are all these people that are part-time. Real estate's a hobby. And because the market was so hot, they weren't being exposed. They would list, you know, Cousin Johnny's house or Uncle Bob's house. They would look like a hero because the market was so hot. And then that would do what? That would solidify in the mind of the consumer to say, see, yeah, this real estate thing is nothing. I mean, little Johnny just got his license on Monday. He listed our house on Tuesday. He got multiple offers by the weekend. Real estate's not very difficult. And it continues to reinforce this thought that the consumers have. Well, all those amateurs are out of the business because you need real skill to navigate this real estate market to actually get properties sold. They all leave the business. Part-timers leave the business because it's costing them more money to be in real estate than they're actually earning. They're all out of the business. And so, yes, even though we go down to 5 million home sales, you got a lot less competition. There's still 10 million commission checks that are going to be handed out next year. How many of those do you want? As many as possible, of course. And so there's going to be a lot less competition. You're not going to have to deal with every prospect that you talk to saying, oh, I got little Johnny that just got his license. I'm going to do business with him or her. All right, the third reason why myself and other top real estate agents are looking forward to the 2023 housing market, it is going to be so much easier to get listings in this neutral market, this normal market, than it is or than it has been over the last couple of years. You know this. You know it's been so difficult to go out there and get listings. For sell by owners are selling on their own. There are no expired listings. Sellers are selling with ease. It's been no issue. It's been difficult as a listing agent over the last couple of years, but I've been saying this for a couple of years to all the agents that I coach. Just wait till the market shifts. Just wait till the market normalizes, till we get back to a normal level of inventory where buyers and sellers are even. There's equal supply to that of buyer demand. That is a phenomenal market to be a listing agent. Why? Because for sell by owners aren't selling on their own. The vast majority of them, you probably are already seeing this right now. I literally just before this video, I was on a coaching call with some of my coaching clients, and we are already seeing the vast majority of for sale by owners not sell and list with agents faster than we have seen in the last 3 or 4 years. So for sale by owners won't be able to sell like they have been, which is one of the greatest listing opportunities you have as a real estate agent. And the amount of expired listings, canceled listings, withdrawn listings seems already so quick into this shifting real estate market, like an endless amount of supply. Well, I've got some agents that I coach right now who on the first day of the month, which is expired listing day, if you haven't prioritized the first of the month every month in your business plan, you should. This is when you're going to get 30, 40, 50. I think we had one of our agents that we coached yesterday have over 100 expired listings in her market yesterday on November 1st. And so there's so many more opportunities. I wrote down downsizers. There's going to be so many people coming of retirement age. And because the housing market is shifting, because home prices are potentially going to drop by 10, 15, 20%, you have a lot of people coming into retirement age that say to themselves, okay, a large portion of my net worth is in my equity, so I need to cash out of that equity. So downsizers is going to be a huge opportunity for you guys. Absentee owners, massive opportunity for you guys. Because a lot of these people that have 1 or 2 rental properties, they've been riding this market up. They've been making great money on rentals. They've seen their property values skyrocket 20, 30, 40% in some markets. Say to themselves, well, I'm over being a landlord. I don't want to deal with this. I can cash out now. You're going to see a lot more of those people sell their properties in 2023. And so before I get on to the next reason why I'm looking forward to the 2023 housing market, if you want help becoming shifting from a buyer's agent primarily to becoming a dominant listing agent in 2023, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video and in the comment section of this video so that you, if you want, you can click it. We can have a conversation about potentially working together in the end of this year into 2023 and have a coaching relationship to help you build a primary listing-based business in 2023. So I'll put a link underneath this video. Feel free to click it. We can have a conversation, explore what it looks like to work together, ask each other some questions, and then together we can decide if maybe right now is the time to start working together or not. So the next point that I wrote down, number 4, is for those that are working with buyers. In 2023, it's going to be a completely different world. I mean, that's the truth. That's the reality. It's going to be so much better working with not only sellers, but buyers as well in 2023, because you won't have to get to the house 5 minutes after it hits the market and submit your highest and best offer every time. You're not going to lose out on a multiple offer situation every single time. You'll have some more time with your buyer. The urgency will drop. It'll become easier for you to navigate and work and to serve buyer clients. You might even find yourself, because we all know if you were lucky enough to get a listing in the last couple of years, it was pretty much a guaranteed paycheck if you got that thing on the market. The same might be true for those that work with buyers. It's going to be a little bit more challenging to get your listing sold, but if you have a buyer in 2023, 2024, it's pretty much a guaranteed paycheck, because now the buyer has more leverage in the negotiation. There's more to choose from. There's less urgency. The sellers are probably more willing to do what they weren't willing to do. And so if you have a buyer client, I think you're going to find it a lot more enjoyable to work with buyers. So those are the 4 reasons, my thoughts on why people like myself and other top real estate agents are very much so looking forward to the 2023 housing market. Hopefully that makes sense. To make sure you keep growing your sales skills, watch this video right here.